Hi, this is Taryn Grome, editor of Pharma Voice. We met with numerous inspirational thought leaders at this year's DIA annual conference as part of our Editors Take video series. I hope you enjoyed this discussion.
In this episode, Taryn meets with Bhaskar Sambasavan, Senior Vice President and Global Markets Leader, Cognizant Life Sciences.
Welcome to Chicago and the 2017 DIA conference.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
How should life sciences executives leverage digital technologies in their companies to get more value?
For many life sciences leaders, the biggest focus today is on discovery innovation, patient centricity, and improvement in health outcomes. But today, what happens is it's very difficult for them to achieve that within their organization because of the fragmented processes and technologies that they have within their companies. The first question that all these executives should be asking is, are they being digital or are they doing digital? Doing digital means you're involved in a number of proof of concepts, pilots, and solutions. But being digital is fundamentally relooking at your entire organization, your value chain, your processes, and technology landscape, and really making a difference to achieve these outcomes.
What areas would you recommend that life sciences companies focus on in the coming years that will give the biggest benefit and impact?
There are a number of technologies and solutions that everybody considers as what is digital. But to get the biggest benefit and maximum impact, in my opinion, organizations should focus on three areas. Number one is data. Data that surrounds us around processes, objects, systems, sensors, devices. Organizations which figure out the means to harness this data and really convert that into information and insights are the ones that will succeed. The second big area is automation. Today you might have the best systems and technologies, but ultimately if you have bad processes, you're going to fail. So there are a lot of interesting automation technologies that you can really put in place to reduce labor-intensive processes and drive more efficiencies within the organization. The third is user experience or customer experience. Organizations need to understand who the customer is. It could be a regulator, it could be an investigator, it could be a partner. So truly understanding the customer and finding ways and means to drive that experience in a much better manner is going to make a big difference.
How can we reconcile data, automation, and the user experience with the movement towards patient centricity?
So today, if you think about as pharma move into specialty drugs and specialty devices and really about thinking about value beyond the pill and value-based healthcare, which is everybody is focusing on, the center of the healthcare ecosystem is patients. And patients participate in clinical trials. Patients, after the drug is launched, patients in the real world, they take drugs and we need to measure adherence. Today, if you really look at the industry, there's significant adherence issues because of which sales drops. There's attrition in the whole clinical trial life cycle. Patients are not educated. Patients are not aware what trials they are participating. So understanding the patient's behavior, understanding what they really want is all about the user experience. Now, once you understand that, you are educating them better. You're exposing them to what they are truly going to undergo during their trial or what benefits they will get if they stick to an adherence regimen. So that's all about the user experience. So you devise solutions for that. Now, for which you need to collect data. You need to be more insightful. So whether they use any of the sensors or devices or ePro devices during a clinical trial, or whether you use other technologies that capture data and to improve health outcomes, that's all about the data. And then around all of this is what is that process? What is the clinical development process? Or what is your commercial process? How do you market? How do you sell? You can drive automation to improve that. So all of these truly come in hand to hand when you think about digital transformation.
Can you elaborate more on the importance of data and data sharing in this shift to digital?
To highlight the importance of data, I want to actually share a story of a family whose twin teenagers, their teenagers were diagnosed with ailments at birth. The diagnosis was that it was not curable. Till their teenage, they went to multiple doctors, multiple hospitals, and they couldn't find the cure. until they stumbled upon a newspaper article from a university in a journal which talked about a potential cure. And they were able to approach that particular medical facility, and they were able to find out that it's actually a curable ailment. And now the second piece of data that they've stumbled upon is during a DNA testing, and they found out that it can be further cured by taking certain steps by finding out their whole DNA analysis. This raises a question. Common individuals, we go through this day in and day out. We have our children who have ailments, but we are not medical experts. Why should a common individual who does not have access to medical research be pioneers in finding out this information through a medical journal? Why can't this information be available to our doctors and physicians and hospital and the entire healthcare ecosystem so that it is easily disseminated and diagnosis can be provided easily? So we struggle with this data silos day in and day out in our clients, in our internal organizations. We should take an attempt to break these internal walls. One step further, we should think about how we can share data better across companies, where it's possible, within regulation and within compliance.
What are platforms and how do they relate to data and unlocking new digital revenue and cost savings?
The way we think about platforms is slightly different, and that's the approach we have been taking internally as well. Platforms are no longer this monolithic piece of software that takes years to implement. In my opinion, platforms are layers of interconnected tools and solutions that truly come together to improve outcomes and works towards a common objective. So it's really an ecosystem of solutions, technologies that come together to make a platform. They all work together towards a common objective. This will spur innovation and really bring together a collective wisdom of multiple providers so that it can work towards the betterment of the industry.
What are some of the goals of the Transcelerate shared investigator platform?
The most important goal of the shared investigator platform is to improve investigator experience. Today, if you really look at any hospital or a site where a clinical trial is being conducted, investigators struggle with outdated systems, old solutions, and potentially multiple user IDs and passwords, and a lot of paper-based, manual, cumbersome processes. This reduces their productivity and diminishes their ability to really focus on patients. They should be focusing on recruiting more patients. They should be focused on innovative science, treatment, and really making sure that the trial is successful as opposed to dealing with these platforms and technology which are outdated. The shared investigator platform truly brings together, solves all of this, and makes the investigator experience much more pleasant so that they can really focus on science and patient care.
Thank you so much for providing such great insights around data and what it means in today's ecosystem in terms of digital.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to provide this insight.
For more information on this topic, visit our Thought Leaders website.
For more Editors Take videos from the DIA Annual Conference, visit www.pharmavoice.com. Thanks for joining us.